Alright guys, so we just got the Cobalt's valve train exposed. Here, let me get a light on it so you guys can see. If you look in the oil, this is the sad part. This is what was in the oil. You guys can see that? Yeah. Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm not too happy in this video right now, mainly because of this thing right here. It just refuses to get fixed. If you guys have, well, you haven't seen them yet, I recorded some videos when we had this motor apart right here, because I didn't have this camera right here, my dedicated actual camera. You guys can see how big it is, hang on. Yeah, it's one of these numbers with like the pop outside thing. I just had my phone, so pretty much what I did was we took these bolts off, took this little plate off, took my coil packs out, took this valve cover off along with some other shit that had to be taken off in order to get the valve cover off of the motor. Took the valve cover off to expose, the fuck was that? I don't know. To expose this timing chain right here, the top parts for the exhaust and intake cams, you know, their gears up here, timing chain routes down. I'll just put a video on the screen right now, you guys. Alright guys, so we just got the Cobalt's valve train exposed. Here, let me get a light on it so you guys can see. Sorry, video's been slow for you guys recently, but we have the Cobalt's top head apart right here because it had some awful noises coming from this side of the motor, which, as you guys can see right here, is where our timing chain set is, which loops all the way down into there, if you guys can see it. All right, so pretty much what we thought the problem was that either one, the tensioner bolt, there's a bolt in the back of the block, right about back here yonder, that runs in and puts pressure on the rear guide. I think this is the exhaust side right here, so it would be the tensioner on the guide. It applies tension to it, right? And it's oil, it has an oil pressure thing in it, like oil flows through it to, it relieves and applies tension at demand of the motor, either if you're on throttle or on decel. So pretty much, it wasn't working. It had score marks. Let me see if I can actually find it for you guys. Damn, boy. This right here is what I'm talking about right here. This is the old one. Let me get it out for you guys. This right here is the bolt I was talking to you guys about that goes into the back of the block like this. This threads into it, and this right here, if you guys can see, the little guide goes in this little groove right here, and this little thing is pressure activated and should compress and release. One, it won't compress, and when you do compress it, it doesn't release. So it's all scored up in there, so we just went ahead and replaced it. So pretty much, yeah, that was what we thought was the issue with the motor. So we took the valve cover off. There was a little bit of slack, so we changed that, took the old one out, I just showed you guys it, put the new one in, different style actually. Obviously we made sure it worked before we put it in. And now it's still intermittent. It was an intermittent rattle before, and it's kind of like between a rattle, somewhat of a slapping noise. I don't think it's in the motor because, well, in the motor, but like I feel like it's over here. Either sometimes it's a rattle, sometimes it's a slap. It's always intermittent, but it does it less now. So before it would do it more often with the old little tensioner bolt in the back, but with the new one it still does it, but it does it less. Let me just show you guys. Hopefully it actually does it now that I'm filming. See if you guys can hear it right here. I hope you guys can hear that. The odd thing is when it gets warmer, it does it more often. Maybe because there's less clearance. Everything's warmed up, the metal's expanded, there's less clearance. That's all I can really think of. But it does it immediately as well, just less. I don't know. It is better, still very bad. You guys can see the parts right here we ordered for it. We ordered a brand new water pump for it, brand new thermostat. I believe this is the kit. This is the kit actually to retain your timing so you don't have to retime the motor and take the water pump off, because this water pump is driven by the timing chain right down in here. Let me see if, I hope you guys can see it. Oh, it's super hard to see, but it's like pretty much right down in there. It's so easy to see it, but in order to retain your timing, you have to do that. Now, it kind of sucks. It's a time-consuming process. There's a little plate right here that goes over it. You run the bolts in, and this car is the biggest pain in the ass to change the freaking water pump on. So I'm praying to God we don't have to do that, but it's looking like we're gonna have to try just to see if it does anything. And if that doesn't work, we already replaced the pulleys because we originally thought it was the pulleys. That didn't work. Tensioner, that didn't work. We drained the oil. There's glitter in the oil, so I don't know, dude. I don't know. Cobalt might be on its way out. I seriously don't know. I'm gonna drive it tomorrow. I'm going to school. It's about half an hour away from my college, so that's why I drive this every day. It's 30 miles, it's 60 miles round trip every day minimum. And with the Monte Carlo getting like, I don't know, 13 miles a gallon, you know, cammed LS, not a good idea. This thing gets like 35, I think. So pretty damn good. I think 40, it gets 40 roughly sometimes. So this car is a very nice thing to have when you drive that far every day, and it's taking a shoit on me right now. So, I'm just gonna put all the videos I have on the on my phone right now on the screen right now for you guys, so you can see what we were doing exactly. Because I think I have like 3 videos. So yeah, guys, it was pretty much making a terrible rattling noise. We thought it was possibly a pulley. We changed that. Kept doing it. We thought it was maybe the water pump right back here. Wasn't that, because we put a little pry bar up to it, see if we could actually hear anything coming from this water pump right here, and we heard nothing. We put it right here on the side of the block, I guess technically head, and yeah, it sounded awful. So we came in here, took the old push tensioner out back there, you can see it, and we're in the process of putting a new one in. Cross your fingers that it'll actually work. I really hope it does, because God almighty, it sounds like crap. And if you look in the oil, this is the sad part. This is what was in the oil. You guys can see that? Yeah. It's not magnetic either, so yeah, not good. Alright, nothing we can do about it now. Let's see if we can fix it. Alright guys, here's the back side of the valve cover right here. Look at this. Ew. We have to get a new gasket too, because this one isn't, it might look rubbery here, but over here it's like pretty much hard as a rock at that point. And don't feel like it leaking, so we're just gonna replace it. Hopefully that really helps. It looks so nasty under here, so cruddy compared to the top side of the motor. Still not too good. But you guys have to keep in mind, this engine has like 189,000 miles on it. So 190,000 mile motor, never been apart. It was such a pain in the ass to get this thing apart. I can guarantee you this thing's never been apart ever in its life because of the bolts and how much of a pain in the ass it was to get them off. But besides that, I mean, it looks okay. Let's just hope it holds on. Alright guys, so that's probably gonna be it for today's video. I really don't have anything else to say, but besides stay posted for Cobalt updates, I guess. If you guys even care about this car too much, I mean, to me, it's just the daily driver. It's rusty. It's kind of cool with these headlights now, but it's still a rusty little old turd to me. So, doesn't mean too much. If it was a nice one, I would really take care of it, but it's not. Paint's fading, rusty as hell. There's no rockers. The quarters are starting to go. Everything's starting to go on it. So all I need to do is stay together and drive. That's it. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all in the next one.